Hey, you guys, welcome to the Women of Power radio show.
Hey, y'all. We're excited to see you. Y'all already know we have an exciting show planned for y'all this evening. So use this time wisely, okay? Time is of the essence. Go ahead, like and share the video. Okay? Yes, all of that. So again, if you're in any groups, relationship groups, love dating groups, whatever, don't just share on your page. Come on, like spread the love. Share there too.
And make sure you tag 1, 2, or 3 people.
Hey, y'all. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the Women of Power radio show. We have another exciting show planned for y'all tonight. We might have a little bit of a debate. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know that's how we do. That's just part of the territory. So hopefully you all saw the little clip. As usual, you did what you were supposed to do. If not, you still got time. Hit the share button, please. Again, if you are in any relationship groups, love, dating, drama, y'all just like to talk about life, whatever, please take the time to share the video in those too. Because, you know, the more perspectives we have, the better the conversation, right?
That's right.
And I'm going to take the time to share because mine I didn't get to.
Oh, that's okay. So, how's everybody doing out tonight? Listen, we are so glad to invite you into the room. What do you want? What kind of room? What do we want to call this room? The Savage Squad room?
I don't even know if that name goes like anymore.
Okay.
But it does, but yeah. We'll figure something catchy out. Y'all just give us a moment. Rebranding takes time.
So as you guys know on the Women of Power radio show, each week we address letters that you, our listeners, have submitted. And so as we're going through the show, if you're like, you know what, I got a question I want to submit, please feel free to put it in the comments, or you can email us at womenofpower5@gmail.com, or you can simply slide in, not as DMs, no, not just like slide in the Women of Power DMs and let us know. I'm trying to find this like one relationship group I'm in, and apparently I'm in like 100 groups, but I shared it to my page. And so we're going to continue to roll because I cannot find this.
Oh, no, I do have one group. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Black Love Matters.
Oh, I'm not in that one. Tanya Jones, thank you for joining us on tonight. Michael Arlene, or is it Mike? I don't have my glasses. You're going to have to forgive me. I think it's Arlene. Let me know. But thank you guys so much for tuning in on tonight to the Women of Power radio show. We're getting ready to jump in with our questions, and we want you, our listeners and watchers, to help us help these individuals.
So I know last week we didn't get to, you know, the Texas men and the insults. Y'all want to do that first?
Let's start with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Because, you know, the majority of our listeners are in Texas, even though we have some that are not. So, yeah.
All right.
What we got now?
So as you all see at the bottom, it says here, we have a young woman who wrote in and she said, you know what is it with Texas men? Why is it that when I politely decline their pursuits, I always get insulted? I get called every name but a child of God. And she wants to know, why is that? Now, I don't know if any of you all can relate. I know that I say it depends on your environment and where you are. Okay. Because if you're in a nice, classy place, but if you see boxers, if you see people pulling their pants up, you're probably going to get cussed out. So just pay attention to your environment.
Because I was going to ask what neighborhood is she in when this is happening. But okay. So, but I'm assuming that she's been in different environments, because how does she lump all Texas men into that? So the first question I guess we have for all the ladies on here is, have you experienced that?
Absolutely.
So you have.
Yeah, but that's why I say, for me, I can honestly say I was in a very ratchet environment. I haven't experienced that in a space where, you know, it's classy. Most men, if you know they're grown and mature, are just going to be like, oh, okay, well, thank you. You know, it's rare, I would say, to see a grown man who just really cussing you out alone on you. That's why your head bigger. That's why you ain't cute anyway. Like,
oh my,
that's so childish and immature. Like high school, maybe. Ratchet environments, absolutely. But like, yeah, I think you just got to pay attention to where you're going. Now, if you're going to classy places and this is happening, then I want to know how you're declining, because maybe what you consider to be a polite decline to them may come off as condescending or rude, or, you know, so I would like to then hear how, what is your delivery? You know what I'm saying? Because
I will say that, you know, when I was younger, I experienced it like at a Walmart, you know, at the hood store.
That's what I'm saying. You know, the environment is a little raggedy.
What I'm finding now as I'm older is that men, I mean, those are really the only men that speak out. Like when you are in a classy place, if a man finds you attractive or wants to get to know you, it's like, I don't know, are they scared?
Yeah.
Scared to come. Whereas I think these men, they have nothing to lose. So they just go for whatever they know. They probably holler at every woman that come out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I attract a lot of Hispanic men.
Oh, yeah, I remember your friend mentioned that last week.
JJ told on me. But they are aggressive like that as well. They don't have any problem saying, hey, you know, whatever they say, or you're beautiful,
Señorita,
or I love your hair, or, you know, you look gorgeous, blah, blah, blah. You know, and even then, it's not necessarily, can I have your number? Or, you know, complimenting. It's more complimenting, starting a conversation that never ends in, can I have your number? But maybe they know in their mind and in their spirit that it's probably going to be a no. So I think they're just so happy to just engage, you know, and just, or maybe that's their way of testing the waters to see if you receive, because if they can hold a conversation with you and they feel like then I can actually communicate with her outside of this, because she stopped to talk to me, she might stop and talk to me on the phone. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. Dre Morrison, thank you for joining us on tonight. Dre. We are talking about Texas men. I think Dre's from Texas, isn't he? No. Oh man. We need some Texas men on here. Yeah. Michael, are you from Texas? Michael Arlene, let us know. Yeah, so the question is, why can Texas men be so ratchet sometimes when you are declining? Some people can't handle rejection, you know, and their reaction is to like lash out. Yeah. Because you made them feel like they're ugly or something, you know. So that's why you'll get like, that's why you, and it's like, but you were literally just trying to I was just a queen 5 minutes ago. Now I'm bald-headed. Like, what? You know, what's that all about? But that's how it happens. Yeah. So. It's crazy. But we, and when I say we, I mean men, women, all of us, we have to learn to handle rejection. Because we're not going to get everything we want in life. You're not going to get every job. You're not going to get every car you know, go to the lot and try to get. You're not going to get every house you go and see and put a bid in on. And you're not going to get every woman that you try to holler at. And so we have got to get to a place where with or without the car, with or without the house, with or without the woman, I'm cool, I'm fine. And if you could get that mentality, then if you say, hey, Nana, you show me, well, I don't know your name, but you know, hey, my beautiful queen. I don't know what they say to Nana, you know, because I tend to like, when I hear your accent, I try to take on the accent, but I do that with Hispanics and everything. I think I'm like, I have an international anointing, but or a syndrome. Right. We're just gonna call it an anointing. I'm gonna call it anointing because I got it recorded that I do have an international anointing. But point is, Nana, you know, whatever they say to you, my beautiful queen, blah blah blah. You know, I'd like to get to know you. Can I have your number? Nana would probably say. No, I mean, it depends. Right. You know, most of the time, I'll be like, no, you know, okay, so I don't know about y'all, but let me just throw this out there. Okay. If someone stops you and they want your number and you already know off top that they are not your type, do you at least still stop and hold a conversation with them and politely at the end tell them you're not interested? Do you have a conversation with them and then lie and say you have a significant other to make an easy way out? Or do you just keep walking because you already know they're not your type, so you don't care to even let them speak? Like, which one are you? Are you the kind who stops and talks to them and just says straight up, I don't like you, I'm not interested? Or do you say, hey, I stop and talk to you, but I have a significant other? Or are you just like, nah, thank you. You know, they'll be like, miss, and you're just, I'm just okay. Yeah, no, you just keep walking. You know, some people just keep walking. I just want to know which one are you on. Just keep going. I normally stop, but then I lie and say I have a boyfriend. So I'm gonna say y'all type in A, B, or C for you. I want to welcome Chris Love, Keita Kim, Renee Hatch, and Brittany Williams. Thank you all for tuning in on tonight as we talk about and try to answer this question that was submitted to Women of Power. Yes. So we got a young lady. I think she's offended. Absolutely, because she's saying she's being called every name but a child of God. So that to me lets me know it's more than just it sounds like she getting cussed out. I'm just gonna put it like that because every name but a child of God, we all know that means some bad names in there. It's a bad word. That's why I think it might have to do with her environment. Because the places that I've gone, they would never that. Yeah, you don't see that. But I want to know what's wrong with men in general. Okay, Zenobia, hey. We got the co-host Zenobia checking in. She said this is a big issue. Yes, it is. Chris Love said B, and B is so you'll stop and talk to them, but you'll lie and say you have
a significant other.
Well, let me tell you something. On some people that doesn't work because even when I was really married and I was coming out of actually Walmart over off of Brentwood Stair.
Oh yeah, I know
not Brentwood Stair, but whatever that
the one before it.
It started with a B. And I told this guy, I was like, I'm married, and he was like, I can get you a bigger ring. I was like, some men don't care.
A lot of them do, but it's the point is it
Right.
makes it easy for you to just end it. They can keep, what about friends? Because y'all already know that's what comes next.
Right.
You can't have no friends. Or I've done where I'd be like, oh, I have a boyfriend. Well, don't you want a husband? And I'm just like, that was actually a good line, but the answer is still no. The answer is still no. But yeah.
Yeah, and you're not really a friend if I already know up front you want to holler. If I have a male friend, it needs to be somebody I can introduce to my husband, that I know is a trusted friend, that their motives are pure.
Right.
They're not trying to get with me behind my husband back. So no, I don't want any more friends that have intentions other than just being a friend. So
that brings us to another good question.
Okay.
In a second. Zenobia said, I try to stay with the one-word response.
Which is
okay, that's what I want to know.
What is it? Hello.
No.
Goodbye. No, thank you. That's 2 words. No, thank. That's actually 3 words. So I don't know how you stick with a one-word reply. What is it? Tell us what your one word is, Zenobia. But yeah, for me, like I said, I have not encountered that as I gotten older.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was younger, definitely. But I don't think I was ever just like cussed out and made to feel like small. It was more like, F you then, or excuse my French, which I didn't even say the word, but I feel even wrong saying the piece of it. But yeah, forget you then, or I didn't want to holler at you anyway. Yes,
that's
you
your
did.
Most memorable.
You did want to holler at me. That's why you hollered. Why you lying? Because you're embarrassed in front of all your friends. But if you can just learn to be discreet, you can get a discreet rejection.
In the world? She said her one-word responses are yep, nope, single, dead, sick, deaf. Girl, how do you? But if you're talking to
like,
somebody,
hey, how you doing, mama? Deaf.
But you can't say it that clear. They're gonna know you're not deaf. You have to actually say it.
No,
like
I lost my hearing after I got an adult.
Ain't nobody finna buy that. Not at all. But yeah, I can remember my most memorable rejection. I think it was I was in high school, and there was a guy who was trying to talk to me, but his whole setup, he was like, you know what? Normally I talk to mixed chicks. I like light skins. You know what I'm saying? But for a dark chick, like you're really cute. And I was like, first of all,
right, I'm not that dark.
Yeah, I'm not.
Let's start.
But
there.
even if I was, but I'm not. And then secondly, like, no, I'm not interested. And then he went off like, crispy, whatever. I normally wouldn't, say what 2 crispy people gonna do together, gonna have some. I was like, oh my gosh, okay.
But you see
not
how
that
quick
serious.
the real deal come out. That's why when we meet people, we got to give time for the real person to come out, okay? Because a man could be I'm talking about
so
just honey dripping from his mouth, and as soon as you reject him, he turns into this monster that he already really was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they know how to put on, just like women. Women know how to put on.
Yeah.
They can come across to being like, I'm just sweet. I'm just demure. And as soon as he upset her, you know what? Yeah, yes. And then you see the real them, or I'll say the real them when they're angry. So we got to take our time to get to know people, because all this slick slide stuff, I need to see what the real deal Holyfield is. So I would say to this listener, no, I can't say that it's Texas men. I can't say
it's immature.
Yeah,
who don't know how to deal with rejection.
And they're immature in hoods all over. If you go to South Central LA, you may get the same response. And so I would say it's not necessarily Texas men, which should make you feel better about where you live in.
I mean, I think for her it doesn't, because clearly wherever she moved from, the men don't act like this. That's what her issue is, because she wasn't experiencing this where she was at.
Okay.
So it might just be. I mean,
no, it's not. I'm telling you.
I mean, it's not Texas men. That's why I'm thinking. I really strongly feel it's your environment. I think, girl, you just moved out your place. I don't know where you getting your reviews or the places you're going to, but find some classy people. You know what I'm saying? If you just moved to Texas, there's a really great Facebook group called Black Girls of Texas. You might want to jump in there. You have any questions, need any references, whatever, on places to go, post a question, and we'll give you like some good, safe places for you to go and have a good time and see some men with some dollar. Okay?
You know what? Hey, Mary Martin, thank you for joining us on tonight. What's up, Jaylene?
Hey,
How you
Kia.
doing?
She said, "Hey, ladies, beautiful as usual."
Oh,
hey, Kia.
thank you. Hey, Kia.
Zenobi said, "Honestly, some men are so aggressive to where they used to really scare me, especially when you see the anger in their face." So, have you ever been scared and like, have y'all ever had? This reminds me. You know when they give you, let's just say you gave a wrong number, or you give a number and they're like, "Oh, well, do you have your phone on you?" Because they want to call you right away to make sure.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever done that after you gave the wrong number?
I would not give a wrong number. If I'm gonna give you a wrong number, I might as well.
I mean,
like,
you'll
give you
hate that.
the
You never
number.
gave a wrong number like when you were young. Oh, I did. I
Just
did.
fake and perpetrate. Like,
Yeah.
okay, here's my number. Call me. Well, back then, back in my heyday, we
We didn't have cell phones.
So
That's
it
true.
was like, what? You gonna beat me? you want to hit me up on my beeper? Say that's the right number. But yeah, I've never given out the wrong number, but I have dealt with the way some men act when you reject them. And it's really a matter of preference. Just because you preferred me doesn't mean I prefer you. And if I don't prefer you, it's okay. I may prefer Caucasian men. I may like men that are very, very healthy.
Ain't nothing wrong with them teddy bears. Okay, them
Right.
dad bods are in. And it's about to get cold. Y'all better get you one for playing.
Right. So it's not you per se. It's not. I don't even know you.
Yeah.
So it can't be a personal rejection of you. It's just from whatever you saw on me that made you want to talk to me. Whatever I see on you makes me now want to talk to you. And it doesn't even have to necessarily be looks. It could just be. I mean, let's name some of the things that it could just be. Let's be honest.
That will turn you off to a person?
Yeah, like if you.
Oh, well,
you,
Zenobia, we know yours is going to be teeth. 'Cause,
Definitely
you
teeth
You got to
for
have all
Zenobia.
your teeth for
Right.
Zenobia.
if you miss
um,
one tooth,
It's
Zenobia, it's a done deal for Zenobia. She don't
Yeah.
believe in dental work and working with you. But go ahead, Nana. What is one thing that just name one? I know there's many,
Yeah.
but name something, you guys.
I would say, and this is just off of them approaching you, that would turn you off completely.
Mm-hmm.
Bad breath?
But see,
Or
they gotta be
physical.
close for you to.
Oh, so you're saying just from
I'm
looks
saying like
alone.
you coming out of Tarjay, okay? A guy's coming in, and he's like, "Hey,
He's
man,
just not
you
my
are
type. Like,
good." Okay,
yeah.
what is your type, Nana?
I have various types.
Oh, Nelly. Wait a minute. What?
Yeah, I have a lot of, so like, I like,
He
really
don't
nice
need none of
smiles.
them. Right.
Yeah, nice smile.
Okay.
Nice, beautiful skin, preferably chocolate. But if not,
Okay.
I like all tones. Yeah, for me, I love the smiles and the lips. The
Okay.
smiles and the lips get me every time.
Okay. That's what gets you. And then if he's just not your type, it's automatically like, no, I'm not getting
Yeah,
him
but
out.
mine is such a wide range though. Yeah, so I think
Y'all share some of the things for y'all that it's immediately a no. I would say for me, presentation is everything. And for anybody that's into event planning or I don't know, just have any sense of excellency about
Mhm.
yourself, it's about appearance. Not necessarily appearance, what did I say? Presentation. So it's all about how you're presenting yourself. And that presentation starts at your feet all the way up to the top of your head. So I think that it's just like you look a woman up and down and you can be like, okay, this is a caliber of woman I'd like to talk to. I look a man up and down and determine if it's a caliber of man I try to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, could that be a shoot in the foot or shot in the foot?
what if it's just like a lady? He might just be,
It's late days, and you can be. I mean, honestly, let me.
because
tell
sometimes y'all we just kind of throw something on. We might want to go back in the car out, and then somebody sees
But
you with
see,
car wash and like,
you can throw something on in style.
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is like, man, I'm telling you, a man in basketball shorts, in a t-shirt, you know what I'm saying, with the right shoes and the right socks, and
Even
the
if
right
they got
haircut.
slides, but like the cute
Slides,
slides, the long
Look,
socks
sandals, it's fine, but it's how it's put together.
That's true.
And I think that I mean, because to be honest with you, a man could not be very attractive, but the way he dressed and looked, it could be attractive. What?
Zenobia, someone she loves Caucasian men.
Who is she?
You?
Zenobia, why are you making stuff up on the radio show? Okay, let me just put this out there. I don't love Caucasian men. I've never dated a Caucasian man, but I'm open to dating a Caucasian
Yeah, there's some
man.
fine. There's some fine men of all
Baby.
races. Like, no lie, there really are.
And he ain't got to be that fine, to be honest with you. I'm at a place now. I'm looking for nice. I'm looking for thoughtful. I'm looking for a provider. I'm looking for strength. I'm looking for somebody that can pray over me. You know what I'm saying? The list changes as you get older. Now.
It changes, but let's
let me just catch you. No,
let's wait a minute.
Okay,
let's be clear.
Let's not
the
get
list changes, but there got to be some kind of attraction because I can't be trying to pray for the Holy Spirit to anoint my eyes. You over here looking like a sardine, and I'm trying to pray to the Lord to find some attraction. I got to be attracted.
Can I just be real with all of y'all out there? If you looking for a man with a six-pack,
I know that ain't gotta be all that. I mean,
that's what we call fine. That's what we used to call fine.
Oh,
when you was fine, you had the six-pack, you had the pecs up here, you got the arms, woo, 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 woo. But then we out here looking for these men, and we got all this right here. First of all,
some of them
that's
like
not real.
that though.
Right.
I've seen some personal trainers who are ripped up, and then they women are the complete opposite.
But if he come along, praise God. But I can't say only him.
True.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It might be somebody with a dad bod out there.
Okay.
That, you know what I'm saying? Too. Might be the icing on the cake for me.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Snuggie made of flesh. Come on here.
So you got to be open, y'all, okay, to receive the blessing that God has for you. You know, I just did a post last week, a little TikTok, and I did a voiceover on all these amazing pictures of me, why do we do that? I don't know, it's a voyeurism. But the point is that I was talking about how we have been lied to, and we've been told that we got one soulmate. And so when we meet the person that we think is our soulmate, we put up with all kind of stuff. We deal with all this stuff because he's our soulmate. Like after him, there's no other. So if I don't stay with him, I'll never, you know what I'm saying? I'll never be with who I'm destined to be with.
We're not penguins. We didn't talk about this, y'all. We're not penguins.
It's not. It's
other partners.
We're not penguins.
They don't work out.
Right. It's not written in the Bible. It's not written nowhere. Somebody just made that up and they told it to us and we believed it. There are soulmates. And I'm not going to even call them soulmates. I'm just going to say that there are connections. Come on here. Divine connections that are out there for you, but it's not just one. So if you feel like, oh, I think I was with my soulmate when I was 18 and I messed it up, I had an affair or whatever, you didn't. There's another one.
I mean, you did mess it up.
Well, I mean, you did.
Another one's gonna come. Yeah.
Let me.
Jalen said, "Kasha, call me, beat me if you want to reach me."
Is that a song?
Nah, because you said, "What you gonna do? Beat me?"
Yeah. Right. If you want to reach me, hey.
My one thing changed.
Oh. So it's not.
What is it?
It's not deaf no more.
Jalen said, "Ooh, especially missing a tooth in the front."
Tooth in the
so when you take a tooth off the side.
What do you mean?
You know, a lot of people are missing the side tooth.
Yeah. If it's in the back,
no, like just right here on the side.
Dang, why you gotta be like right there on the side?
Y'all so ruthless.
But you know what?
Kid said, "Dirty nails and ugly fingers, just buy."
But what if? No, hold on. Go back to Kia. Go back to Kia because Kia. What if he owned a mechanic shop? Okay. What if he is the owner of his own business and he happens to be a master mechanic who's making $175,000 a year? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to allow those dirty nails that were dirty because they changed somebody's engine out to deter you?
That's a different kind of dirty.
No, it's not. What is she? Wait, dirty.
But if I know you're doing it because like your job is dirty, and you
but how would you know that on jump?
Oh, you would.
You wouldn't. So we gotta explore more, ladies, because we could be passing Prince Charming up because he's missing a tooth, which I personally can't get past the front tooth either, J-Man. So I understand. But Kia,
y'all act like there's not a dentist. Like he can get it fixed.
But still, why haven't you? Like, why are you going through life missing a front tooth? And why does it take you meeting me to then want to get your teeth together? Do it for the vine. Do it.
Y'all so wrong. If you watch this and you're missing the tooth, don't even. It's just jokes.
Like, why do I gotta fix your life? I'm not Ayanla. Was it
Ayamla?
Yeah. I'm not Ayanla. Van is that?
Yes.
I'm not her. Like, fix your own life. Then come find me. Sheesh.
Jalen said, "Would you date white men, Nana?" Yes, absolutely, I would.
What would Mother Africa say?
Don't do that, colonizer. But it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's why I say there's a lot of attractive men in various races. Personally, I just haven't met one that, you know, is interested in me that I'm attracted to. You know, the one that I'm attracted to are attracted to me. But there are definitely some very fine, you know, white men, Hispanic men, even I don't even know if I should even say this out loud. I'm not.
Oh my.
I was
Don't say
watching the
that.
news. So I was watching the news even, and we've seen everything that's going on in Afghanistan. And they were showing how like the Taliban had taken over the airport. But even some of them, I was just like, they look like models, like their bone structure and the beards and the thick eyebrows. Some of them are, and I was like,
Yeah.
why'd you have to be a terrorist? Like, you could be a whole model in these streets,
Oh,
and you
my
over here
goodness.
blowing people up. You know what I'm saying? Because some of them were kind
They
of
have some beautiful men.
Yeah, they had some I'm talking about beard was just lined. I said, oh, y'all knew y'all were gonna be on the
Now,
news.
Janet
today.
Jackson had one, but she couldn't get with the
Oh.
Muslim lifestyle because they
Yeah.
want to convert you.
Yeah.
But if there was one that wasn't a Muslim, that was like a believer, bye.
Yeah, they were beautiful.
I would change. My name would be Kasha. Yeah. Okay.
Chris said bad breath. Yeah.
Oh, big one, Chris. Absolutely.
Renee Hash. Hey, she said presentation is definitely important because that's the first thing you know about them until you really get to know them.
Right. Exactly. And what's crazy is that, Nana was talking about, well, what if it's a dress down day or it's a, we have them. I haven't had any lately, but go to the store in your pajamas with your house shoes.
I went regularly to go vacuum my car out on Sunday, and I got stocked the most stock I've ever been stocked before, and that's why I see why they say I guess men aren't intimidated when you look any kind of way,
right?
Because I was any kind of way, like
and they was like,
stop.
My queen. and you know what? We have actually talked about this before, not on the show, but in my family, that even with my nieces, like when we're the most ratchet and we're just out, like, let me just throw something on to run to the store real quick, is when we get the most attention.
Yeah,
and so crazy. I got to ask the men on the show tonight, what is that?
Do y'all feel more comfortable whenever we looking a little ratchet? You know what I mean? So there's not that intimidation factor of having to be all, because when we look really nice, y'all will stare. You may say something, you may not. But when we ratchet, it's like everybody feels like they have nothing to lose.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Nothing to lose.
Zenobia said, honestly, I'm so turned off by dirty shoes. Trust me, it ain't work shoes.
Right. Shoes are important. You know what I'm saying? To a woman. Shoot, just there's any men. I know there's some men on here.
Y'all like to take care of y'all shoes to be brushing them with a toothbrush just to make sure that no scuffs, all of that.
Right. That's important. Shoe etiquette.
She said, Kasha, your shirt is fire.
Oh, thank you.
Mary said, not a sardine. I'm just saying. Some of these people will be out here trying to feel, because they feel like their time is. Because let me say this. Mm-hmm. Growing up in a church that I was in when I was younger, there were a lot of marriages, and the woman would straight up say it like, oh, well, you know what? You just have to be content with what God puts before you. So even my husband that I'm married to now, like I wasn't attracted to him, but I have to pray to the Holy Spirit to anoint my eyes. And when I heard that, I'm like, I shouldn't have to pray to anoint for me to be attracted, because the Lord knows, again, He knows the desires of our heart. So if I'm not attracted to you, because I got that from her. She said she thought he looked like a sardine, and she prayed, and the Lord anointed her eyes. So now it's like she sees him. Her prayer was to let the Lord allow her to see him how He sees him. So now she doesn't there's no flaw in him. Goodbye. So, anyways, I feel like if it has to be that extreme, if the attraction isn't there, it's not there. They don't have to be a list of all these things that are fun, but at least you have to find something attractive about it, whether it's their smile, personality, the way they laugh, something. You have to have some kind of attraction, because if there's nothing there, you holding on to the fact that, but everything else checks off, and this could be my soulmate, and what if I let them go because they check off all my other boxes? Right. You're going to end up cheating because you're not attracted to them. So,
but can we be honest
about?
Have you ever been in a work environment or some sort of project where you were working with someone that you were not attracted to, but after working with them for a while, they became attractive, or you started liking them, even though there was no initial attraction? Tell the truth.
I wouldn't say work. That happened in school.
Okay.
But it's funny because it was like there was a boy who was really into me. He was like the old school, let me carry your books to class. I didn't like him. Like, we were cool. But I kept telling him no so much to guess what? Eventually one day he said, Nana, I'm not carrying your books. He started pursuing another girl. And I got so upset. And they were like, Nana, you don't even like him, though. You don't even you're not even attracted to him. Why do you even care?
Right.
But it just, so then I started
then you realize you liked them.
Yeah. Because I'm like, okay, I realized I do miss the conversation. I do miss the jokes. You know what I'm saying? So that's in that moment, whenever he, started carrying old girls' books, I was like, dang, maybe he wasn't that guy. I probably didn't give him another chance. But they got in a relationship, so whatever.
So
Anyway.
taking that into consideration,
Yeah.
should we then give everyone an opportunity for us to really determine if we could like them, even though the initial impression? Because I
mean,
feel
I've
you're not
done
lying.
that, but it still didn't turn out well. And then you feel even more insulted because it was like, you know what?
Okay, let's do this shit.
You weren't even. Okay, you
So I
weren't
was
even.
attracted to it.
I wasn't even looking at your face, and then you have the audacity to still do what everybody else did. Like you actually,
Right.
no, we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna go ahead and put down the barrier.
But you know what? Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. But I be talking to the Lord like this. Lord, after all these years I've been faithful.
Mm-hmm.
All these years I've served in ministry. All these times I should have an attractive husband.
In the least.
In the least.
Yeah.
On top of all the things that you spoke, you know, a husband's supposed to be. But I should at least have somebody that I don't mind looking at and gazing at. And you know what I'm saying? That's the least you can do, Father.
I mean, I think that because again, our desires are healthy. The Lord has given us desires, whether it's desires for companionship or even when it comes to sexual desires, it's what you do with them, right? It's within the capacity of what He put it on earth,
Yeah.
you know, where He told us we can use them. So with that being said, I feel like if my flesh, so to speak, is acting up whenever I'm quote unquote single and I don't have a husband,
Right.
then Lord, I would expect that whoever is in my life as my husband should cause my flesh to still act up because I'm supposed to be attracted to him. So if it was acting up whenever I was by myself and now I got a whole mate and my flesh just dead, this is a problem.
That is a problem.
Something's wrong. I'm just saying something's wrong.
Hey, Minya, thank you for joining us on tonight.
Nobody said that's not the same type of dirty.
I think
That's oil. Or when you were talking about if they
it's
were working on the
dirt.
car.
When you let me tell you something, Nobi. When you see dirty hands, you can't identify. Oh, that's oil dirt. It's just dirty.
It's
So we're talking about the initial impression of you meeting somebody, and so I'm just playing devil's advocate to kind of just make you think about what our pre-requirements are. Like, you know, maybe there's a very good explanation for why his shoes are dirty.
Kia said they have washes for that. I know mechanics. I see people at work in the bank with dirty nails. Oh yeah. Why haven't
She
you?
ain't playing.
About that tooth when you said why haven't you?
Having on what?
He fixed his tooth. That was kind of mean when I said
First.
like so everybody ain't got the funds, Kasha. Don't do that.
First of all, I never said we was gonna fix the tooth.
Yeah, but you
I
said why
said that-
haven't you?
Right? Why haven't you,
He might not have the money.
girl? They have dental plan. You can put a tooth on payment plan.
Minion said, I don't get approached when I look nice or when I look a mess.
You better cut
But I'm
some
a black
yards.
woman living in LA. Oh, girl.
Wait a minute. Hold on. What?
Next, enough said. That's why LA, like, yeah, they don't care for us. My chances of getting approached are already pretty low.
Oh,
They want the
Minya.
exotics and foreigns out there.
Well, and you know what, Minya? You need to move. No, because I dated plenty of people when I lived in Los Angeles.
You was like
but
a
of course, I
thug,
was,
though.
I
So
was
that,
a crip, so you know.
yeah,
I was dating
you
good
gang
people
members.
back then.
That don't count.
I don't know what it's like now, but
She's right.
Yeah, I'm
when we
sorry.
went out there, that's what they were saying. It's like they like the foreigns and exotics. They don't. Black women are like on the totem pole down there. Yeah.
There's somebody for everybody. Unfortunately, you probably attracting a lot of
Okay,
Africans.
no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want my foot
Which
to
there's
jump.
nothing wrong with
Please.
Africans.
Yeah, of course. They ain't nothing
Just
wrong.
throwing out there. But you're probably attracting a lot of Africans in Los Angeles. Just be careful.
Girl, embrace it because the Africans in LA, okay, they're very well to do.
They are well to do, Nana, but some of them, I don't know where they got it from, but motherland or whatever, but they're very like, do what I say type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Misogynistic.
Like, if you want to say misogynist, that's taking it out there a little further than me. But yeah, they tend to be very keen.
She said, I would love to see Kasha's crip walk one time for the culture. Do it for the vine.
Yeah, girl, you're not ready. You're not ready. But I do know how I'm married. Just throwing it out there. That's another show, another time.
Okay. All right. So,
let's answer this question. Why do Texas men insult me when I decline their advances?
Because they don't know how to handle rejection. And again, based on the delivery of how you're declining, of course, never warrants a disrespectful response.
Mhm.
But I would also, if it's a pattern, regardless of the environment that you're in, then I would reevaluate the way that you're declining.
Right.
Now, if it's only because you're going to these hood ratchet areas, then you already know, girl, it's the environment. Okay. You can't get quote unquote, I don't know, different results. What is it? Insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. So you
right.
got to move around, find other places to go that have a different type of
Right.
atmosphere, a different type of class, places with a dress code. Let's start there.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's a good answer. I would say my final answer is I don't think it's just Texas men. I think it's men all over the nation, depending on what hood you're in. And if you are in the hood, you are most likely to get this response from men. Why? Because they don't respect you. They don't respect themselves. They don't respect their community. They're probably hanging out in the corner, which I hate to say this because I'm not trying to stereotype
Right.
men in hoods, if that makes
But
sense.
it's a hood mentality.
But it is a hood mentality. And so, yeah, I would just say it's an unfortunate part of life. I wonder what happens if you just keep walking and act like you didn't hear them.
They still gonna cuss you up. That's what they did. I mean, because they're gonna be like, you heard me. That's why they still say whatever. Like,
Okay.
you think you too good, or ain't nobody trying to,
Okay.
That's what used to happen.
Well, then it's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
If you say something, if you don't, you get cussed out. So I would just say, keep your head down. Don't even make eye contact. I don't know what to tell you, to be honest with you. But I don't think it's a Texas thing. And I think that you got to be aware of your environment. And then in certain environments, don't be surprised if you get that reaction.
Right. Kia said that's true. They do love exotic looks with black features, the lips, hips, and much more.
Yeah.
And that's so true. It's like, it's so weird, I think, to see that, because we all see it, that our features are more valuable on other races than they are on us. And it's like, we're the originators. When it's on us, it's nobody cares. But if
Right.
someone else has it, then it's, oh my gosh, look at her this. And everyone wants to get plastic surgery to look like that. And then it's like,
Yeah.
but when we had it, it was ghetto. You made
Yeah.
caricatures out of it. You made blackface features of, but now all of these body parts that we got made fun of, for so many years are now like the it thing. It's so weird. Yeah, appropriation is so odd.
Absolutely.
But Minya said, "Yep, like everything black, but don't want a black woman." Exactly. And that's yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But you know what, Minya? There's someone for you. Just keep living. He'll find you. So I pray we answered. And I feel like I failed you on tonight because, to be honest with you, I don't know why men insult you. And I would have to be a man, I guess. But all I can do is surmise and just say, because they're reaching out to you publicly and you're rejecting them publicly, they feel like they need to do something publicly to discount your rejection, to make it feel like I didn't want you anyway.
Because that's a good separation. Because the question then becomes to me, if you're online and someone is like messaging you, if they're even in text, or if you have any dating apps, when you tell them or someone messages you and maybe you just say you're not interested, do you get the same response? Even because if it's only happening in person, then that might have a lot to do with they're just trying to save face. It's ego.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yeah. So we pray that we helped you in some kind of way on tonight.
All right, now to our next question.
Yes.
We do. All right. So our second question we have is, how long should you wait before you use the phone number after you've received it? We have a young woman who says she gave her number to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
She thought he was all of that. She was like, she had been peeping him for a while. He was so attractive to her. He messaged her and told her that he basically thought she was so attractive, and she was so shocked because she was like, oh my gosh, like I've been crushing on this guy secretly, and like he actually likes me. So she was super excited, gave him her number. You know how, especially y'all imagine this is someone that you actually have been liking.
Yeah.
You're going to be real excited. Like, oh my gosh, I gave him my number. He probably got to text me. Like, he waited a week and a half before he even texted her or called her. So she was turned off. So she was saying, her question is, how long do you wait? Because she wants to know, was she right and justified in being put off? Or is that normal etiquette to wait, a week or more before you use a number that someone gave you? Like, how do you view it? Do you think, well, I mean, a week is like, that's a reasonable amount of time, or you feel like, nah, that's too long? No.
What happened to you?
Is there a ghost?
No, I was trying to figure out what happened to you. So I would say, this is a hard question for me because sometimes I'm perplexed in this area. You know, it's like, why even waste my time asking for my number if you already know you're not going to use it anytime soon? Especially in this situation, it's an online situation, which means he could have just DM'd you next week when he was available to call. Versus getting your number today and not following up. So
Mimi said, I think if we start putting expectations on time, especially if the person is essentially a stranger, we can set ourselves up for disappointment. I mean, that's true, but at what point do you, I mean, because if that's the case, it's like, you're not, it's your own boundary, right? So it's not necessarily an expectation, but it's kind of like, if I'm giving, the whole point of giving a number is that there is an expectation of a call. That's the whole point of giving the number.
Right.
You're expecting, it's a mutual agreement that I'm going to reach out to you, right? But I think if you're waiting more than 7 days, to even text, because there's this rule that I came across that they said when it comes to even online dating, that when you're talking to someone, even via texting or whatever, and y'all haven't met in person yet,
right,
if you don't meet them within the first 5 days, don't meet them at all and just move on to the next person. And I thought it was weird, right? But they said the reason why they say that is because if you're talking to someone more than 5 days, you start to develop your own expectation of the kind of person you think that they are.
Right.
So that's why you have people who, we've been texting or talking for 2 months, or he's about to fly down. So because you have this mentality of whoever you believe them to be, your expectations are already so high that when you actually meet them, they're not going to fall into what you have created, because yours is going to be so far fluffy from the real them that you end up clashing and it doesn't work out anyway. So if you can't meet them in the very beginning to actually establish who they are, they say, like, don't even do it. So, I mean, I don't know, but I feel like that's too long. I think a week is like, sir, what were you doing? Like, why'd you ask for my number?
Maybe he had a car accident. Maybe he lost your number and found it. Maybe he lost access to his Facebook. I mean, there's a billion maybes, Nana. Maybe his ex came back and he lost focus of you, and then it didn't work out. And then he said, you know what? I got this one on this that I already reached out to. Let me call her now. I don't know. But the reality of it is that just enjoy life. But go ahead.
I was just reading. Kia said the petty me would have responded a week and a half later. But that's reasonable. And he couldn't say anything. And if he does, sir. Tiffany Butler, she says evening. If he's really interested, a day. But I wouldn't read too much into it when you don't know each other. Anything could have happened that week.
Thank you, Tiffany, for the voice of reason that replicates my own. Okay. That is so true, Nana.
Which one? What Tiffany said?
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Anything could have happened, but still.
Mary said he forgot. He forgot to call. He didn't forget to reach into your DM and tell you he liked you.
Did she get his number too? No, she didn't. She just gave hers.
But even if she didn't get his number, he reached out to her on social media. All she got to do is go into the messages and say something that she wanted to say something to him. But
I mean, you don't want to, because that makes it seem like you're like double. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already gave you my number. Yeah, like, or double text.
No, I'm not recommending she do that.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying if she wanted to make a point of contact, she could have. She could have also said, hey, what's your number so I can lock you in?
Autumn said, I'm the voice of reason. Cuss him out.
Autumn McKelvin, thank you for joining us on Women Power Radio Show. Listen.
Kia said, I feel like if you can go a week and a half without talking to me, go longer. Okay, while you're at it.
Look, hashtag keep going. Hashtag keep going.
Forget you even got my number at this point. I don't even remember, because there was a time even, I don't know if any of y'all have ever had this happen to you, where someone has waited so long to hit you up to where you don't remember who they are anymore, right?
Right.
So there was a guy, and it had to have been, because I even had a new phone at that point, at least a month. I don't know who he was. So he's like, oh, you met me like 4 to 5 weeks ago, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, I don't really recall. Oh, so you just giving your number out like that? Sir, it has been a month. Right. Like, I know you're not going to try to come for me like that when you waited 4 weeks. Like, Really?
And if I am, I can. I'm
Okay,
single.
Cashology.
I'm single.
Come on.
I can do what I want to do, just like you can. If you want to wait a week, 4 weeks to call me, then I got the right to not remember you.
Well, you tried to come for me, or you just giving your number out?
Listen. So yeah, this is crazy to me, and the reason why Nana is because we do have these expectations.
Right.
Because the only reason she felt some kind of way after a week and a half is because she expected him to call. But see, men are from Venus, women are from Mars. Or men are from Mars, women are from Venus. I don't remember which way it goes. But the point is that we are nothing alike. We're like literally polar opposites.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you what messes us up every time, women. Our emotions. Our emotions are like real things. They're like other people inside of us that control us.
It's the internal squad.
It
It really is.
And men don't have this problem. They don't have these emotions that make them feel all this stuff. I feel some type of way. My feelings are hurt. Why'd you even reach out to me now? I'm mad.
No, they do. If they're a Cancer and a Scorpio, they definitely do. But go on.
Apparently Leos too.
Yeah.
But the point is that they don't have they don't go through this emotional barrage of feelings when they get somebody's number. They just got your number.
Yeah.
It might have been Super Bowl week. They're not thinking about you. And I'm sorry, it's not a reflection of you. It's not saying anything's wrong with you. It's that they are able to turn this off and turn this on and only focus on this. And when this is done, they can focus back on you. Whereas a woman, we able to turn this on, this on, this on, this on, and we'll be handling all 4 of them at the same time. That's why we were the ones made to have kids. Okay? We were the ones made to be, just be able to handle multiple things.
He said, what instead? I'm a stranger calling a month later. Bye. The internal squad, I'm done. But it is, because like a whole group of little, of like other people, like your homegirls who just be telling you stuff, and you listen, sometimes you don't. But they definitely try to give you some advice all the time. So you have to decide,
Listen, you got to listen to that internal squad. But yeah, I mean, we've got to use reason, but we have got to stop allowing our emotions to control our decisions and how we treat people and how we react to people. So what? He took a week and a half to call you. What you talking about now? Now, if you call me after a week and a half and we text for 5 days and there's been no movement, now I can say, you know what? This is a done deal. This is dead. Why? Which I just threw that out there because you said you read it somewhere. But what is a good amount of time? Where if you meet somebody and y'all talking, how soon should you meet? I think 5 is a very reasonable date if you're talking every day.
Yeah.
Now, if you just talk once or twice a week, then 2 weeks, I give you that. But at what point, this is like, I'm not trying to put all my business out there, but there's somebody in my DMs right now.
Talk about it, sis. What's going on?
I gotta tell the truth.
Girl?
I'm not saying no names, but I will say this individual reached out to me, said, I've always liked you. I wanted to take you out. You know what I'm saying?
Sir?
When said, would you consider that? I said, well, I'm telling you right now, I'll go have coffee or something with you, but I'm not gonna sit up here and say, oh yeah, I thought about a relationship with you too. But yeah, I'm willing to do that. Y'all, that was 3 weeks ago. And guess what I'm getting now? Hello, how you doing? I don't want to hear that. And I'm finna cut him off.
Reclaiming my time.
After the show.
Wasted all your little time.
I don't waste no time. I get on Facebook when I get on Facebook. He don't even have my number. But the point is that what is the point of you reaching out to me, getting her number, getting her contact information, and not following through with nothing? You wasted your time. You're not wasting my time because I'm responding when I want to, doing what I want to do. If I see something, I may not even respond. Why? Because I'm tired of the, HYDs, hello, good mornings. What do you want?
Okay.
What do you want from me?
What do you want
right,
from
because
me?
We're people of purpose. Like we're intentional. You know what I'm saying? When we wake up, we know I gotta do this. We're semi-quasi organized. We make plans for our life, and you have no plan for you. You just said
you don't even have plans for mine. Like, let alone yours. Like, what are we doing?
Why even reach out?
Yeah.
Why get my number? I'm feeling her frustration. Like, bro, why you even bother me? Because I wasn't even thinking about you. You were a mist. You were a dream. You were
a vapor, okay? And you coming to disturb what I got going on, coming to my atmosphere to do nothing but waste my time. Like nothing even manifests out of you. Like the atmosphere didn't change because of your presence. That means why are you here? You serve no purpose. Please go on about your life.
But even she said.
I said good day.
Good day. She said that it was somebody she admired from afar. Like she thought he was attractive. She liked his post. So my thing is that you could have just stayed that person.
Yeah.
You could have just stayed the guy that I thought was attractive, that I wish I could talk to, but it didn't happen. And I'm good just looking at your pictures.
Okay.
But now you done permeated and infiltrated my DM and asked me for my number, violated my privacy.
Okay. And
to not call me. So I can understand her frustration. But that's speaking out of emotion. And we can't do that, ladies. So you know what? Okay, he asked for my number. Cool. I go on with my day. I'm not holding my phone. When is he going to call? When am I going to hear from him? Why don't he just take? No, we can't. You single. He's single. Be free, fly.
Hashtag, put that in the comments. Be free, fly. Okay? Stay with me. Be free.
Be free.
Fly. We're going to put it on the shirt. Okay?
Come on, work the wings.
Menya said, I agree, Kasha. We have to use reason. That's why I try not to make expectations.
Right.
We still have power in that situation. If we are that offended, we have the power to not respond and move on.
But when we are offended, that means we've given our power away because we've allowed them to change how we feel internally about ourselves, about life, about whatever.
All of that.
We got to be unaffected.
Yeah. Adam said, I'm cracking up over here.
It's the truth, Adam.
Tiffany said, oh, no, I hate those time wasters. Okay.
It's like, let me tell y'all something. There's one thing in life you can never get back. Time. And y'all got to value it and use it wisely. You cannot get it back. That's why we can't afford to be in these 5-10-year relationships with no commitment. You can't get that time back. Now you 50 years old, you know what I'm saying? 40 years old, and you trying to be like, Lord, where's my soulmate?
He can still come, but
he can't.
Just,
and he's coming for me. I already know. I feel it in my spirit.
Me too.
I mean, I have believed before, but this time I really feel it.
Oh, praise
seriously,
y'all. Looking forward to meeting
y'all
him.
Be praying out there. Be praying.
And then we're gonna have a segment on the show where he's gonna speak. And we're like, we manifested you. Like it was spoken over like 5 years ago, and like you're sitting right here. Kia said, "Baby, where are the plans? I have realized that men sometimes are little boys still. You have to make it plain for some of them. You cannot assume." Right.
But
see, that's a slippery slope.
That is.
Because they know how to plan for everything else. Even if you're saying in the dating realm, like, some of them just don't know. I can understand maybe saying some of them just don't know how soon to come up with the plans. They might elongate your conversation for maybe a week or 2 weeks before. But to not have any plans, that's a problem. Because you can plan to get up whenever you want to go kick it with your homeboys. Right. I'm sure you've had an outing with some of your friends in the past month.
I plan to play basketball.
The smallest thing, so we can't, excuse it when it comes to dating that, they just don't know, because planning is planning. It's a simple standard, simple principle you apply to different areas of your life.
So Kia says you have to make it plain for some of them. You cannot assume. So I don't think it's assuming if you ask for my number to expect something to come after that, because the reason why you asked for my number was because you obviously wanted something.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
To get to know me?
To get to know me. Some men want something else. Everybody got their own motives. But the point is you wanted something. And so for you to belabor getting to the point of what you want, to me is an insult. You wasted my time.
What? Autumn said, I had a guy fly down, spend thousands on me, buy red bottoms, then ghost me the whole next week. He's married. I said no when he came back around. Time is so precious. I don't care how much money you have to have plans. How much money you got? You have to have plans, a direction, and intentions for me.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Thank you. What are we doing?
But thank you for the red bottom.
I'll take a broke dude who will communicate over that. I don't know why guys waste their own time.
Waste their own time. Like, save all of that.
They know how to plan how to get those draws off. They better plan. They got
Yes.
to plan immaculately for that miss me.
Right.
Yeah,
They
that's
got a
so
plan
true.
for everything else. They
Yeah.
have no idea how to treat you.
Like
how
they
to
get so
woo you.
strategic even on the video game with their friends, even if it's 2K, Madden,
Right.
Ops, Call of Duty, whatever. Oh, we got to do this, but when it comes to dating, now all of a sudden you ain't got no strategy.
You know,
Boy.
let me tell you something. I believe there's nothing in the world I cannot find out, do, or know
Right.
because I have Google. Okay. Except for brain surgery, stuff like that.
Life or death
But
situations,
there's
yes.
nothing I can't find. If you are a man and you don't know what to do with a woman who is giving you her number, Google it. Just Google, she gave me her number. Now what?
You know how many YouTube videos have tips on dating, flirting, everything? They even give you text messages to send that you can download on your phone and send them if you're shy. Like there's a multitude of help. So that in 2021, there's no excuse. I feel like if you're doing that, clearly you're just not intentional. You want to waste some time, and ain't nobody got time for that.
And you got your daddy, your uncles, your brothers, people that are in healthy relationships that you can ask, hey, I'm not doing something right because I can't keep a woman. What do I need to do?
This
But,
generation probably ain't got a lot
The
of that.
The Bible says we perish for lack of knowledge.
Healthy relationship.
And
Your word.
the reality of it is that we perish for lack of knowledge of God. But we can get that by reading and allowing him to revelate his word. But we also perish for lack of knowledge in the natural.
Yeah.
But Google has made it where there should be no lack of knowledge. Now, there may be some misinformation and you got to pull out what's true, what's right. But there's no reason why any grown man, now hear the word, grown man, because some men are 50 and still not grown. So any grown man, there should be no excuse why he does not know how to pursue a woman.
At all. At all.
Mm-hmm.
At all. Mm-hmm. Like it doesn't, I don't know if any of y'all have ever, let me read this comment and I'll say what I'm going to say. Kia said sometimes they don't. They have not been with ladies that have had that expectation. They busting people down and move on. Exactly. They are sometimes not ready for the real, especially the ones coming from situationships that turn into a girlfriend. They didn't have to work for it sometimes.
What's busting people
that
down?
Means they stick and move.
Oh. Okay. And that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. They don't have to work for nothing. But the problem is, Kia, when they approach women like us on the Women of Power radio show and all of y'all in the Savage Squad, which I guess none of them come up with another name for y'all. But the point is that they have got to now up their game.
Yeah.
Because we don't have the tolerance for a lack of ability to
school you. Like the whole why?
Because let me tell y'all something. Y'all know I reveal something every week. I was dating this guy who actually told me that I needed to teach him how to treat me. And for me, I don't mind teaching you like what I like. I don't mind teaching you my food preferences are, but I shouldn't have to teach you how to treat me. Because it's how you would treat any person you care about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that depends. It depends because remember how we talked, because we've talked about this before, where we said how every company, even though we know, like, of course, every company is operating, right? They have their electricity, they have a code that you have to wear, whatever you got to wear when you walk in, basic stuff. So every company operates with certain basic principles, but all their principles are different. So if you have these preferences of how you yourself want to be treated,
right?
When you say you don't know what he means by saying like.
Well, I guess what I mean is he. Are
you talking like he didn't know basic stuff?
He was rude, inconsiderate when it came to like
basic stuff,
like basic stuff, like just how you would treat your mama, your cousin.
But again, some people just weren't raised like that. So there truly are some people who are ignorant in the sense that they were raised in toxic environments. They don't know what healthy looks like. So they truly want to know, but they don't know any better.
Right.
But you have to just make the decision yourself and say, is that a route that you feel like being a teacher, this isn't in your life? If the answer is yes, then sister, go ahead, move on, and you guys strive, make strides and progress together. Yeah. If you don't have it in you and they're going to be testing your patience and you're going to feel drained, then it's going to be too expensive, a cost of your peace. Keep it moving. Right. That's the decision you have to make, because there really are some people who just were raised in really terrible situations and they're ignorant.
And I made the decision. And I told him at this age,
at my big
I
age,
don't want nobody I got to teach.
Yeah.
I don't. In my 20s, I might have took somebody, off the streets and, trying to up their game, buy them some new clothes. I would do stuff like that.
I did too.
Women, we just pour into people. you know, we just
Nurturing,
pour,
but
nurture. But at this age, you guys, I don't have the bandwidth. I don't have the capacity to take on another project.
Kia said, yes, they do, but they have to learn how to. I'm not a teacher, so it won't be me, but someone will have to.
Somebody, Kia.
Jennifer said, I totally agree. They can multitask and they completely forget what they said. My guy keeps on planning days tomorrow. When tomorrow comes, he forgot he asked me.
Oh, Jennifer.
I hate when they do that because I dealt with somebody like that. It was so annoying.
Wait, go back to Jennifer. She says
he makes
they
plans.
can't multitask. Okay.
Yeah.
And they completely forget what they said. So then now, Jennifer, let me say something. If he keeps planning days tomorrow, and then when tomorrow comes, he forgets he even said something about it yesterday. If that's a continual habit, I think that's something else. I don't think that's just forgetfulness.
You think she got dementia?
No. No, I don't think it's medically related at all. I think he might be full of something. So Jennifer, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to say this about your guy. I'm not trying to break up nobody, Jennifer, but I'm just saying you may want to look at it from a different angle, because for me, it's hard for me to imagine that he forgets every time.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not every time and it's just randomly sometime, that's understandable because men are forgetful.
Right, because they always say even when it comes to things like that, people make mistakes and people can overlook and have oversights, right?
Or
but you pay
attention busy
to patterns. The key word is patterns. If it happens once or twice, okay, but if it becomes a pattern, patterns should always raise that your eyebrow, whatever it is. It should always raise, even if it's a good one, like, oh, okay, I noticed that he always does this. And if it's a negative one, definitely pay attention, take notes. Autumn said, what? Teach you how to treat me. Yes, you do have to teach people how to treat you sometimes.
I think you have to teach them your love language, which is like.
But that also goes into how to treat you.
But I mean, okay, give me your example of something you have to teach a man that relates to how he treats you. Give me an example, because I'm just trying to understand if we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah, I'm saying in general. So let's say, for example, when it comes to like being chivalrous, right? Like opening doors still, pulling out your chair when you sit down. Some men don't know that that's still, they feel like, 2021, maybe they're not raised like that. That's not a thing. I still like that to be done. So whenever I go to the door, I will stop and wait for them to realize that, oh, snaps, I need to open the door. I do that at the car and I do that at the door.
That makes sense.
So that's the kind of thing to where I consider that teaching you how to treat me, because I mean, if you're not doing it already,
that makes
it's
sense.
something you'd have to learn. This was like that whole orb in the back.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because that makes sense.
Wait a minute. She said, then I get a lecture, too hot, need to work, grumpy, I give up. If they treated their jobs that way, they wouldn't have to work. They wouldn't have work. Well, you just got your answer. If it was his job, you're saying he'd be fired. So, are you going to fire him?
You know what, Jennifer? I did a TikTok, and it was called You Abandon Us. And it was me talking to my husband, James, who's a fictitious person I made up. But I was talking to him about the fact that he came home after being gone for 3 weeks. And I said, James, you abandoned us. And he was like, in my mind saying, no, I didn't. But you can't hear him. Only I can. But he was saying, no, I didn't. But I said, James, if you went to your job, if you didn't go to work, you didn't call in, they would call that job abandonment.
No call, no show.
But you think that it's okay to not abandon your job because you don't want to get fired, but then you're going to abandon me? No, the devil is a lie. So go watch my TikTok, you guys. Kasha Hunt. But the point is that if they treated the jobs that way, they wouldn't have work. Why do we allow men to treat us worse than they treat people who don't even care about them, but they are paying them? But still, Jennifer, I'm gonna be praying for you, Jennifer.
Yeah,
but
that's not a good feeling.
Too hot. That's the reason why you can't keep the commitment you made to me yesterday, because you're too hot. Here's some ice water, boo.
And then being grumpy about it too.
Yeah.
One thing that I feel like there's always a telltale sign too is like, if there's a sincere, like, oh my gosh, babe, I'm so sorry. Like my mind, I've just been so busy. But if it's a lashing out when the plans are forgotten, it's a lashing out, there's an attitude, there's grumpiness, and this is on a consistent basis. It really is bigger than forgetting plans. It's intentional. and that he's showing you with his actions. Like they always say,
Manipulation.
actions exactly speak louder than words. So regardless of what his mouth is saying, that I have to work, I'm hot, I'm whatever. His words are, his actions are saying more than his words ever could.
Yeah.
And I want you to truly like really pay attention to that. Don't get so caught up in the emotions of what he says that you allow it to tickle your ears because it's what you want to hear.
Yeah.
And it causes us to justify like, oh, okay, yeah, he's doing, but he said, but what are his actions saying though? Look at that, because that shows the true intention of a person, and you've seen it. It's a pattern. So
Absolutely.
You definitely want to take that into consideration. But yeah, we'll be praying for you.
Yeah,
that's
Rakita, Chris, thank you for joining Women of Power tonight.
Autumn said, "I'm not Jesus. I can't save you."
I can't.
Yeah. Okay. Younger days didn't know. Tried to put myself on the whole cross. I tell you,
I can't. There's only one Christ, and I'm not him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I can't save you. I'm trying to save myself. What's that song?
Don't save her.
No.
Oh.
I want to be saved.
Oh, so I can't think of the full chorus.
I can't think of what it was, but
Yeah.
it was a song. I want to be saved. But anyway, yeah.
She said he runs a business.
Okay, and if he runs a business, then he should be able to run a calendar, and he should be able to put you on there so he doesn't forget and then get grumpy when you remind him because he forgot. So there's no excuses, Jennifer. He's going to have to tighten up his stuff if he wants to keep you, okay? Because you're valuable. You're a queen, okay?
Jennifer, I will get amnesia about a lot of.
Listen.
Okay, Keith said I would get amnesia about a lot of stuff too, and I bet you when the tables turn,
listen,
you ain't gonna like it,
baby. When you get grumpy, when you too hot,
he does not want to have fun. 10 years, his wife was a saint. She died. So she died 10 years ago, or y'all have been together 10 years. Rakita said hi. Hey, Ricky. Autumn said period. She said it's Michigan.
What's Michigan got to do with it? Michigan, you guys got the Great Lakes.
She said, I just
go
have fun on my own and kayaking. He bought me a double kayak. I was mad, haven't used it this summer. I know. Girl,
you better put your girlfriend in that other seat.
Okay.
And y'all go on down the River Rapids or wherever you're going. Yeah, Jennifer, I would say, look, it seems like you're like, okay, I'm just gonna let him do him. But is that really a healthy relationship where you're just always doing you and letting him do him? You want somebody, Jennifer, that's like a companion, like somebody that
oh, she's saying his excuses be bull crap because it's Michigan, it's not even hot there. And he says it's too hot.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Those are just excuses, and excuses are just
the tools of being competent. That's what my dad always used to tell me. So yeah, no. The answer is no.
No. And I don't even know what I'm saying no to, but no.
She said you're in Texas. Yeah, we're in
Texas. And it's hot for real here. And so that would be understandable. But I think, Jennifer, you're doing the best thing you can do and to keep your sanity, which is just to go have fun on your own. But at some point, you have got to evaluate this thing and say, is this how I want to live the rest of my life with someone that does not even have enough love for me to say, I'm going to take the day off, business owner or not. Let me stop. Okay. So Jennifer, yes, we love you. Thank you for joining the Women of Power Radio show tonight.
Yes.
Okay, so we done got way off track from the question. Reiterate the question, Nana, and then we're going to close out.
So, to reiterate, so you all can share your closing thoughts for this young viewer who wants to know, how long do you wait before using a number that you have received? Okay, the young man waited 10 days before he contacted her. So by the time he reached out, she wasn't like interested anymore because she felt like he clearly wasn't that interested in her for him to wait that long. Mm-hmm. So she wants to know, how long should you wait? Like, is she justified in being upset, or is what he did reasonable? I say I wouldn't be. I know given anything could have happened, in a week, whatever. But I still feel like, knowing how I operate, if I gave you my number and you waited that long, I might still entertain initial conversation with you just to see but I can say that my enthusiasm for even wanting to get to know you would be like just
waned.
It'll be waned. It'll just be more so like, okay, let me just see what you're talking about. Because at this point, I'm just kind of like, I don't know, feeling you out because I just feel like you're not even. I feel like it sets me up to feel like you're about to waste my time. So I go into it just kind of like I'm not even finna be at 100 because clearly you're not even that interested. So what do you want?
Okay. I would say free your mind and the rest will follow. The reason why it's frustrating is because of the expectations and the anticipation and the excitement and the emotions that you're feeling related to this person. But I promise you, if you just take that out, take all of that out. Okay, he asked for my number. Cool. What's the next thing I got going on? And then you stay busy. When he do reach out to you in a week and a half, you won't even realize it was a week and a half. You
Yes,
gonna be
you
like,
will.
no, you
Ain't
won't.
nobody that.
Listen.
That was a nice little setup, but bye.
Hey, but it's true.
Even if
the only reason you realize it's a week and a half is because each day you like when
it's not each day. It's because I have a memory. My thing is because we're all busy. I'm busy, but you know, if you give someone your number that you.
But no, you said over that week and a half you start to lose any feeling. How are you?
No, not over that week and a half. I started to lose it. I said it by the time they hit me back. I realized that wait a minute, I gave them my number. It's like okay, then clearly you're not even that interested because you waited. Not that I'm looking every day to.
But
be
is that a sign of interest?
Waiting 10 days?
Yeah.
How is that a sign of interest?
I'm saying, is that a sign that I'm not interested?
Oh, I would think so because you waited a long. Like that's almost 2 weeks. Like unless you're hitting me up and saying like, hey, something happened. Like I apologize. Because why would you? Like you could have just waited 10 days then to just ask for my number if you want to use it.
I see both sides. I see both sides. I see it from the woman's side that it could be frustrating, could be upsetting, could be just I'm not interested anymore. But then I also see it from a man's side in the fact that they're not like us. They're not like us. And we keep putting our expectations and what we would do on them, and they're not like us. There's
many men who have the capacity to call in a reasonable amount of time. This is not about men.
But who are you to determine what's reasonable for him? That might be reasonable.
I'm telling you what's reasonable for me. My reasonable ain't no 10 days.
Okay. So a man asks for your number. He takes 10 days to call you, and when he calls you, you're like, you took too long. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Goodbye.
No, I don't really. What do you want now? It's been 10 days.
But I don't care what you say. The reason why you feeling some type of way is because you have been waiting on that call and you've been expecting it. And you have.
It's not I've been waiting.
And it's okay.
It's not that I've been waiting. Girl, bye. It's not about waiting. The whole point is expectation. This is the thing. It'd be different if we're talking about something where there's not an the whole purpose of a phone number is there is an unspoken written mutual agreement that means I'm going to use it. I'm getting it to reach out to you. That's the reason why I'm asking for it. So with that being said, this is not something to where it's like it's something that's not connected to where I'm pulling an emotion out of somewhere that doesn't, that you shouldn't put an expectation. The whole point of asking for a number is to use it. So if I'm giving it to you to use it, it's that's a long time. Then just wait 10 days and ask for my number at that point. Why would you ask for it and sit on it for 10? Like what? I just think that just means you're not that interested. Not to say that I wouldn't respond, but I just take it as you're not that interested if you wait that long. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but you would at least respond.
No, I respond, but like I said, my enthusiasm, I'd be like, you're not that interested. Because I feel like at this point, I feel like you're reaching out to me to pass the time. Like whatever you had going didn't work out or whatever. Like I said, unless you're telling me something happened, which is why it took you so long. I'm looking at it as like you're probably just talking to a lot of people and now you want to talk to me. So it's like, all right, which there's nothing wrong with you doing that because again, you're single. But it's the point of you asked and then you didn't do anything with it for a long time. So I just feel like you're wasting time.
Right. Well, what if he would have just called you every day and texted you and just said hello every day?
Oh, just hello? That's wasting time too.
That's wasting time too.
No, we have I have real conversations. We have real conversations.
Because we are sapiosexuals, right?
Yes. And the thing about it, one thing I will also say too, if y'all need help like having a conversation and not having it be so ashy, let me tell you something. When people even ask you like, how is your day going? Rather than just say good, great, and yourself, actually say what's going on in your day. Right. Because it builds that's the whole purpose. It builds up a rapport. Even a point for them to pull from. So if you say, you know what, I'm at work and man, it's so busy, or my manager's getting on my nerves. Oh, for real, man, my manager did this, some people at my job. So now guess what? You have a dialogue. But when y'all give these little ashy responses of, oh, it's good, it's great. There's nothing for them to pull from. Like, actually just go into detail. It doesn't have to be something long, but just say something more than just actually say what's going on with your day.
Right.
I'm telling you, it will actually allow for you to have some.
And even
dialogue.
when they respond to your answer, instead of just saying cool.
No, never.
No, how about you just comment on something I said?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I'm sorry you had a bad day. I'm hoping this text message will make you feel better. Where is the romance?
Ask a question. Like, if you can't always ask a question in your response. Like, you say whatever and always, so it gives them something to respond to or something for them to pull from. Don't ever do, what do they call it? Closed-ended responses. Oh, cool. That's what's up. Great. That's awesome. You're ashy. Mary said, oh no, Kia said, it almost sounds like a roommate with benefits from time.
Talking to Jennifer. Yeah.
Mary Martin said if he's getting numbers all the time, it might take him a while to reach out.
He got to throw you in the rotation,
exactly. Tiffany said the most likely he's got a girlfriend and he's seeing if he can still pull a number.
And that's sad. Why use me? Why am I the guinea pig?
See, she said, where's the bar, Kasha, and why? 10 days is okay for you? Yeah, because Kasha's going to say she's so busy that it ain't going to bother her.
Well, no.
Because
Kia, I'm not saying be oblivious to the amount of time. I'm just saying hear the person out. But like I told you, I'm playing devil's advocate on tonight. So I'm thinking from a male and a female perspective. Like, what could possibly make a man take 10 days to call a number that he's asked for? It has to be something catastrophic.
No, it's called. Y'all know what I was about to say.
Don't say ghost.
No, I'm going to say ghost.
What?
Eagles. I'm not saying the first letter, but y'all know who does that.
Oh.
Mary said, dang, I'm ashy. Yeah, if that's how you respond, I'm telling y'all now, this is the way we are helping you de-ashitize one conversation at a time. Okay, so if you are not good at texting, or you notice that your text messages conversation, or you have online dating and they a little ashy, that's why, because people can't really pull from them little simple responses. Give them something and you'll be surprised. Even if you just say, give them some meat. Even if you say, oh my gosh, it's so crazy, like my hair is just looking crazy, I'm doing my hair right now. You'll be surprised. Like, what are you doing to your hair? They might even be like, oh, let me see when you get finished. You open up the door. Yeah, you open up the door for something different. That's
women, we could be ashy too. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out there. But Mary received this lotion on tonight. Okay. Back to you, Kia. Where is the bar? I would say 10 days is definitely not okay for me. And like I said, it has to be a really good reason why it took you 10 days. And I mean, it needs to be extravagant. But where is the bar and why is the bar there? I would say the bar is whatever is acceptable, whatever makes sense. Like, to me, 2 days. Like, if you ask for my number within 2 days, bro, you should be calling me. Because my thing is, if you're asking for my number today, you must want to call me today.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, because if you wanted to call me Tuesday, you could have waited Tuesday to ask for my number.
Yeah, you wanted to call me in 10 days. You could have waited 10 days to ask for my number.
You could have been like, you know what, I want your number, but it's Super Bowl season. I'm going to call you after it's over.
Yeah.
Oh, get back with me, bro. I can relate to that. What I can't understand is you calling me after 10 days and saying, oh, it was Super Bowl. Why you get my number then? We could have watched Super Bowl together. I like Super Bowl parties. I like cheering for football teams. I don't have one, but I'll choose the opposite of whatever you have because I'm that controversial person at game parties. But the point is that I like chips and dip and queso and freaking wings and hamburgers. And
whoever didn't invite her, y'all, please invite her next time.
I want to go to the football party.
Y'all got her over here hurt. You said y'all giving out y'all numbers with rules. Ain't no rule.
Mary, that's not a rule.
It's not a rule. It's a suggestion.
It's not a suggestion. It's really each person's individual preference, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And so how long should you wait or, before you call or text? It's your individual preference because some people may get a call in a week, 10 days and be like, hey, I'm so glad you called. And then there may be the nanas out there that are like,
what's up?
Dry as a mother.
No, I'm never dry. Don't get it twisted. I'm never ashy. Baby, I stay moisturized. I'm just saying mentally, here, I've already kind of been like, you better
tuned you out. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That part.
Okay.
Let's see. Zach Garrison. Hey, Zach said amen. Mary Martin said stipulations. Oh, we're giving stipulations. It ain't a stipulation.
It's not a stipulation. It's not like
It's
I'm
a
saying,
tip to
hey,
help.
I'm gonna give you my number, but you got 2 days to call me or else lose it. That's a stipulation. I'm giving you my number, no strings attached, to see what you're gonna do once you receive it. Now, what you do once you receive it shows me who you are. That's all I'm saying.
You don't do me that. She said, "Here's my number. Call me tomorrow." Now the voice. You ain't gotta call me tomorrow. Just don't wait no 10 days, man. That's all I'm saying. Like, act like you got the number.
Right.
Okay?
Act like you got
I gave
it for
it to
a
you
reason.
to use it.
Oh.
I gave it to you to use it.
Don't waste my time.
You wait 10 days. I don't think you lost it.
Listen, so I hope the person that
Zach said, "I'm gonna call you the day that you give me your number."
thank
Okay,
you, Zach.
intentional.
Garrison, thank you for joining us on tonight and giving a voice of reason. That to me, that makes sense. You know, and we got to start looking at what makes sense. Now, some of us got different mindsets, and what makes sense to you may not make sense. So maybe that ain't the test for you. But yeah, thank you so much for that, Zach. He said, "I'm gonna call you the date." Because he's intentional, ladies.
Okay.
And that's what you're looking for, is men of intentionality. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't reach out, at least say, "Hey, I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow. I got something going on tonight." Something. Let's start this thing off right. Let's start it off right, y'all. So yeah.
That's it. I think we're gonna go ahead and close that out, since that was my final thought on it. Did you have anything else to add? No. Okay. You just still heard about the football party. So if y'all have any closing thoughts that you would like to share on this, please feel free to put it in the comments, because we are getting ready to close this out. We would like to thank you all again for tuning in on tonight. And before, in case anybody wants to put up some comments, we're going to just share a brief message with you all. Hey y'all, it's your girl Nana with Women of Power Radio Show, and I'm just coming through to remind you to follow us on Facebook at Women of Power Radio Show, and make sure you follow us on Instagram if you haven't already. That's Women of Power 5. Because at the end of the day, what kind of Savage Squad are you if you're not actually following us? See you there. All right. See, did anyone have anything else to add? I don't see nothing, so I assume that means everybody's good on that.
All right.
So, as you all, why isn't that showing?
It is.
Oh, that's the comments there.
Hold on, Mary had a comment. Last comment from Mary Martin.
She said, "Do not give out your number. Just take their number. That way you can control when y'all communicate." That's a very good idea.
That is a good idea. But the question is, when you're controlling it, are you taking away the man's ability to pursue you? Because now you're in control. So that's a
slippery
slope, Mary. So let's take that.
Because when you hit them up first, yeah, they kind of
allow you to lead. And I don't want to lead.
That.
I'm tired of it. I lead everywhere.
I've done that once, and that's exactly what
I'm
happened.
Manager, supervisor everywhere I go. I don't want to be the manager, supervisor of this.
No, nobody got time. So again, Women in Power Radio Show. We're coming to y'all live every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you have any questions that you would like to submit to us, make sure that you do so at womenofpower5@gmail.com. Again, you can always slide in our DMs right here on Facebook, Lord. On Facebook, my braces, y'all.
And you can hit us up on YouTube as well.
Yes, and you can put it in the comments even here. If it's something that you don't need to be anonymous, feel free to put it in the comments, and we'll make sure to get to that as well for y'all, all right? And if you're not following us on YouTube, please make sure you go to our YouTube and subscribe. Again, we don't care if you ever watch it on there or not. It just helps with the algorithms, okay? Because we want to be able to continue to bring you guys great content every week.
Absolutely.
And lastly, but not least, if this show did something to your spirit just a little bit, made you feel a little good, made you smile or something, and you would like to put some monetary contribution where that warmness was, you can do that right here at $WOP Radio Cash App. And it helps us to continue to bring you guys content and kind of upgrade the technical stuff and, just kind of make it more fun for y'all. So again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Please make sure you take the time to share this video. If you haven't shared already, share it on your personal page, share it on the relationship group pages. If you're in any of those, please share the video. All right. And we're going to go ahead and close out, and we will see you guys next week. Same bad place, same bad time. Good night.
Rise!